What's up, bro? I'm Lisa Hott, and this is Hott TV.
Who's hot? Who's hot? Who's hot? Hott TV. Hott TV. Check me out, ma. I'm on Hott TV. Check me out. What you know about me? Been doing my thing. Was born for this scene. Check me out, ma. I'm on Hott TV. Do it for myself, my fans, and my team. We got that heat. You know I always rep my city. You are now watching Hott TV.
What's up, you guys? So this week on Hott TV, I'm hanging out with Javid and Luvsomone at Hashtag Gallery at their show called Opening. Check it out. Please introduce yourself to Hott TV, sir. Long time, flipping time. I've known you for so long, and I've been so impressed with your work.
Respect.
So this is great to finally flipping have you on.
Yeah, respect, man. Yeah, this show is called Opening. It's a play on the word opening. Literally, they're openings out of the sides of containers. And I've been messing with repurposing containers for homes and commercial usage and whatever. So I asked the guys at the shop to save me some of the steel. And then we decided we'd play with the word opening and discuss what is a spiritual opening. Kind of that's what the play is. So the show is basically collaborative, me and Luvsomone, another street artist I paint with. And each piece is kind of geometric based, and it's really about the play of light and texture on the corrugate siding. Yeah, the show's up for a few more days. Big up Hashtag Gallery and the whole XYZ crew for helping us put this together.
Dope. So if we talk about just the technique, because it feels like you're falling into the pieces almost.
Right.
What's that style called? What's that artistic technique called?
I don't know necessarily what to call it. Like, I think for us, we're really inspired by graph futurism, which is kind of like a new kind of way within the graffiti school that's more made for the gallery and kind of looks at geometric shapes and futurism and where all that leads to. In another sense, this is inspired a lot by sacred geometry, so we studied kind of the platonic solids and how to represent them in 3D using shadow techniques, etc. And so a lot of this comes from studying chakras, which are like an ancient Vedic tradition, which look at the kind of energy nodes in our body, and they have geometries and colors associated, and we kind of played off what those were and used our own style that me and Loves have been developing as street artists. So one of the things we're interested in is called the anamorphic, and the anamorphic is the idea that there's an illusion and you can only really see it from a specific angle. And so we like the corrugate because actually most people hate painting on corrugate because you can never get a nice line. But our idea was like, when you look at it in certain angles, the lines don't make sense, but when you move kind of in front of them, they seem to line up. And that kind of play with moving through the space and illusion is kind of another play on what a chakra is, because we don't really perceive a chakra. We might know about it and talk about it, but actually understanding where it's located requires movement through your own, body and mind and soul. So. What's up, bro? What are you saying, bro? You all right?
Nothing. We're just talking about formal training, so come on in here.
What's up, man? Good to see you, bro.
See you too, bro.
So, can you please introduce yourself to Hott TV?
Yeah, hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Moises. Go by Luvsomone. Yeah, that's me.
Oh.
What up, Graham?
All right. So, formal training background.
I didn't have a formal art training. I started painting 18 years ago, and I just fell in love with aerosol and like working in public space and the size of things. I spent a lot of time doing community work and youth mentorship and programming and murals, etc. And then about 8 years ago, I really wanted to kind of up my game and learn how to be an architect. So I did a master's in architecture at U of T, and since then I've done 4 homes now, 1 mosque, and I decided that what I'm really interested in is modular, meaning pieces that can be moved around so that like we don't have to have a permanent arrangement of spaces, we can play with it, and the container is perfect for that.
How has graffiti culture kind of influenced your idea of like the future of design?
Well, graffiti has an attitude that kind of is about, one, I don't give a f in a certain sense, two, I represent myself, and three, kind of like, how can I be resourceful? Like, how, if you give me a wall of any kind, how can I make it look dope? How can I make it pop off it? And that kind of attitude is what I translate into my architectural work by just playing with resources, playing with used materials.
I love your style. Is there a name for it? Like, is it cubism? Kind of just in terms of the movement and how like pieces come out?
I think
Let me get on
you're
the
good. I think the term that is like most common would be like graffuturism, which is like futurism and graffiti kind of mix, which is, it's kind of a millennial thing, I would say. Javid's like real old school and like very particular.
The irony is, she asked me the question, I said the same thing.
Yeah. It's breaking away from traditions of New York style graffiti and kind of pushing. I think to me it's the evolution of graffiti, of like where graffiti is going towards, is like, you know, how do we now involve something digital to graffiti, and what does that look like?
If we look at like a piece like this, how exactly did the two of you collaborate?
I would start one, or Javid would start one, and then, you know, Dave would go by and you kind of lose motivation. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna focus on something else, and then Javid would come in and finish one or clean it up, or vice versa. So that's kind of how that went.
What's that like? Is there ever like a, that's not what I saw, that's not like what I...
It was more like we had a vision for like the pieces.
Yeah.
I'm speaking particularly of the chakra and that piece, where it was like, we knew what we wanted to achieve, and it's just about playing, whether he did it or I did it, it didn't matter. It was like, let's just play and execute, and we kind of just would talk to each other and be like, yo, but that could be a little bit like this. And I'm like, all right, you do it, and I'll go on this piece. And we just went, and because we knew what we wanted to achieve already.
I think the beauty of it too is like, because we've been collaborating for about 6-7 years, something like that.
Great.
So there's not much of like, you know, the language is really simple. It's like he says to do something, and then in my mind I'm like, yeah, I know the way he sees it, and I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty simple.
How did you guys actually get the lines to appear straight this way?
Yeah. So this is we use a straight edge. I don't know if you mentioned that. Did you mention that?
No.
Should I mention that?
I don't tell my secrets.
Yeah. Let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that.
Any formal art training?
I grew up in Hamilton, and I would explore the train tracks, and I'd explore abandoned buildings. So that's kind of my formal training in graffiti, was just like coming up on the street, looking at graffiti and studying graffiti, and trying to understand this phenomenon. And, you know, well, I don't know why it impacted me so much, but I was like super, I don't know, they were like heroes to me. Like I didn't know who they were, or like, you know, what they did, but leaving their mark just inspired me so much. Last year, in February last year, I went to Colombia for a graffiti festival called Sud Fest. That basically changed my life, like in two ways. First, seeing a third world country like firsthand, like that, just like, you know, your privileges and everything you have, and like how art is even a privilege, and then the way they painted with the limited amount of materials that they had and their quality of spray paint, but killing it to the level that makes Canada look soft. So painting with those like legendary people, that, you know, that I learned so much more in that, was it 3 weeks, than I did in like 2 years of school. Like that was like, so traveling for me in that sense, for doing like graffiti festivals and meeting other artists and stuff like that, and just spending time with them and like trying to pick their brain, has been like the most growth I've ever had. Yo, this is Luvsomone. Up next we got Flying Lotus, Zodiac Shift. Peace.
Shout out Sotio!
TV.
Welcome back. Up next, I do studio time with King Spitzo, formerly known as Tommy Spitz. Check it out.
Where are we going, Star?
You'll be alright.
No, I know I'll be okay, but where the heck are we?
We're on
I keep expecting
Islington.
it to be like
We're on Islington right now.
close by. Growing up, everything was hip hop. Who was that? Who are we?
Okay,
who are we talking
okay,
about?
I'm like, hip hop for me, like I was like really, I'm hip hop. Probably in my like middle school days. Maybe right after too. Like that's when I'm like, it's official, I rap. Like, you know, I'm a writer, I do this. Like, but that's just like, that was all secretive too, right? Because I didn't let anybody know I
That's
rapped until I was like 18
Talk about that,
to
because that's
20.
everybody hides it at first. I know. So why did you hide it?
I didn't think I was good enough. Because I wasn't. Hip hop was everything. I remember all type of artists we used to hear that the man that we used to hang with and
Who did you love coming up? Corrupt?
yeah.
Dope. I love when people say names that I'm not expecting.
But I've been saying
People
this.
rate Corrupt.
But I've been saying this forever.
People rate Corrupt. I've actually heard that Corrupt is underrated.
Yeah, he's
People don't
kind
say
of
him enough.
like my actual style. Like
Yeah.
I always do different styles because I move according to beats. It's not I choose which style I want. I just my flow is built off what the beat's telling me to do, no matter what beat it is, right? But the songs I actually like to do and the ones that you hear where it's like, yo, that's Spitzo's flow right there. That's a West Coast flow. It's not a East Coast flow.
Pray for us. I know my mama does, but who pray for her? Her back still hurt. Her daughter good. Her 2 sons the worst. Husband work hard. He do the best that he could every day. We'll make it as long as we have faith. But all these bills I can't wait. So as long as I'ma find me a way to make sure all these bills get paid.
Favorite artist that you recorded here?
Myself. No, you see my wall. Who do I like?
Right? This is it. There's too many people on the wall for you to be like.
I had a lot of fun recording this girl.
Codeine?
Her too.
Bella Bang?
She's professional. Comes in here, boom bap, you know.
Love
I
it.
like when I don't have to do extra work.
Yeah. If I come in as an MC and I have my track, do I just give it to you, or I'm supposed to
Oh,
be?
well, recording shit like that.
Yeah.
But if I'm sitting here and you're like, you don't even know what a double or a ad lib is. If I have to teach you what a punch-in is, that's kind of weird.
What's going on? Please introduce yourself to Hott TV, sir.
King Spitzo, formerly Tommy Spitz. I killed that guy though.
What do you mean you killed that guy? Oh, is that official?
I don't use that name no more. As a rapper, it's not my rap name. Or my artist name.
Tommy.
Yeah,
Why?
change is good, and you know what I'm saying, I don't like the way Tommy Spitz used to think. He hoarded his music quite a bit. Spitzo don't like that, so Spitzo wants his music out there, so Spitzo's about to empty Tommy Spitz's hard drive. we killed Tommy Spitz to get to the hard drive. You know what I'm saying? Basically what it is.
Look at that.
Like for the past 3-4 years, I haven't been releasing. I released probably like 10 songs maximum, and I'm probably like giving myself a high number. But before that, I used to drop a record a month minimum. So I need myself to get back into that spirit because I have longevity I want.
Can we hear some of your beats?
Sure, why not?
I ain't got no beats.
You know what I'm saying?
Love it.
That's it. I ain't got no beats. Let me get a beat. I ain't got no beats. Like,
Let's hear a beat. You're too
I
funny.
don't. See, my problem also is that like I don't
worry about it.
sit here and like
Don't
finish
be so
beats either.
self-conscious about
I'm not self-conscious. You think I give a I don't care what anybody thinks about my shit. But I just don't like, they're not like, I don't finish beats. I'm that guy, right? Like
That's nice.
this is whack actually. This is horrible. Actually no, this one's decent.
I like that.
But it's just regular. It's not, right? It's just regular. You know, it's just regular, but whatever. It's not mixed or shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, none of that. So there's stuff like that. I don't like this one so much because I know the Nas version, and that one's.
You liking the guitar a lot though.
I like instruments.
Have you ever
I like instruments. My favorite's a piano. What you heard there was a piano. You know. But my bass and everything like separates me, right? So like I was just sampling. All these are just me learning to sample, right? So then even like this is Melanie Durant. I sampled Melanie Durant, and I made it. I don't like this beat at all.
I like it.
I feel like I went back to the 90s or some shit, you know? It's just regular, right? But then there's stuff like this that this is like,
I ain't got no beats.
you know? This is fire. That's Melanie Durant, right? Canadian artist, we all know her, right?
What's your process like?
What?
Your process, just in terms of like
my process.
rapping and stuff. You hear a beat like that, or even you make a beat like that.
I just hear beats that made me want to rap.
And then, like,
I don't think I've ever rapped to a beat.
You see something, or like, what's the?
No.
How do you know what the song is gonna be?
I just know that the beat is made for me.
How do you know
that my
topic-wise?
As far as topics go, it's, I don't know. Can't even explain that. It's just whatever the beat tells you. I know it's a generic whatever, but what is this beat telling you to do? You know what I'm saying? How does it make me feel? What does it make me feel? Not what is it gonna make everybody else feel. You're now watching Hott TV with King Spitzo.
Come on.
Up now, Outsiders Outburst. Shot by Brown Guy, edit by me. Salute the whole UK, especially my dogs out there. Mango Wiley. You know what I'm saying? Trey Mission 1, 2. Louis B, what up?
You were saying that he really rates these UK guys like I have some of these names here.
Wiley, Manga,
yeah,
Prowler. Word to Trey Mission, he really put me on.
Point is, when you got on the track, you still think you're fucking big.
Yeah, of course, come on, bro.
Life's hard, it won't get easy, but I never look back. I don't regret it, won't take it back. There's only one thing that I want back, DD, let us pray. I pray for strength and guidance for all of my friends. I pray that the Lord bless my ends. All we know is violence, only science we know is a Pyrex. Pray for us. I know my mama does, but who pray for her? Her back still hurt. Her daughter good. Her 2 sons the worst. Husband work hard, he do the best that he could every day. We'll make it as long as we have faith, but all these bills I can't wait. So as long as I'ma find me a way to make sure all these bills get paid. I talk to God and I hope He listen. I'm orthodox, I don't know religion. I'm on the road with no direction, no vision. Not know where I'm going, just going the distance. I did it all a little different. Didn't think I'd make it this far, but I'm still not close to the goals. That's cause of my own decisions. I don't overthink it. Can't tell me it's over when it isn't. I don't know limits. I don't know what my future hold, but I know that I'm out here right now sinning. I'm out here right now tripping it down to my last that I'm out of work. This just an outlook from an outsider in the outskirts. This my outburst.
Dope. And if people want to do studio time here with you,
just hit us up online. We're Above and Beyond Studios on Instagram. We have a phone number, 416-275-9627.
I did it.